let's continue this. How did you learn to string? Yours is boring, so we won't start with you.
Yeah.
Let's go to one I never heard before, Scott.
Well, me personally, I got my first stick strung by a lacrosse company, and I was like, I really didn't like it, so my mom bought me a new stick. So I kind of like...
Strung or unstrung? Strung?
It was strung, yeah.
Okay.
It was a strung stick. I didn't like it. The pocket wasn't big or anything. It didn't have hold or anything.
It was an illegal bag? Is that what you're saying?
You know me. You know me. That's Chris over there.
Chris is like, it doesn't have a cheater bottom string. Can I get this restrung, please? The ball turns out when I do this.
Yeah.
At 8.
Going crabbing with your sticks.
Crabbing.
It's right over there. No, but so I saw this stick. I played with it a couple times, and it just really wasn't for me. So I was like, Ma, just take me to the lacrosse store. It was an Evo.
OG?
Yes, OG Evo. And I loved it. That stick just had the perfect form. So I had my mom go out and buy me another one. She bought me another one. It was for my birthday, of course. It wasn't like I just said, Ma, buy me this stick. It was for my birthday. I was like, I really want another stick.
Sure.
Buy me another mesh kit. So she got me a mesh kit. I was like, I really want to learn to string. So I started looking at it. First time it came out okay, but then one of my buddies...
Honest, it was terrible.
No, it was actually really good. It was better than the professionals that strung my stick the first time. So I was kind of copying off what they did, but kind of like tweaking it my own way. And, I went out and had a catch with it. It was nice, but then my buddy was like, listen, you got to do this, and double knot it because it's going to pull through. So he kind of gave me a little bit of pointers, and, ever since then I was stringing my own sticks, customizing it my own way.
So that was 6th grade?
That was 6th. Yeah, it was after my first season. It was in the summer.
And your buddy was older? He just was
No, he
young?
was my age.
He
He was
knew
my
what he
age.
was
His
doing?
father taught him.
Nice.
His father strings leathers, everything. He has the most official leather blade in the world. I will bring it and I will show it to you guys on video. It is awesome. It is awesome. Trust me, I tried.
Yeah.
I tried. It's not happening. That thing has vice grip in his hands.
You guys and your blades.
We have
Awesome.
I know.
It is really.
Everyone here tonight, actually.
That's what I just said.
Oh.
Get with the program.
Yeah, and you did it like...
Just
like,
for that, we're skipping his.
Yeah, and you did it like a B-roll, like, and we have one here! like how that's like going to be the intro. That was awesome. It's okay because you said it like that. All right. Now go ahead with your rich kid story. Oh, God, it's such a rich kid story.
I played around with my stick,
Just go
not really,
right to the rich kid story.
really, knowing anything. It sucked terribly. I was going to camps, just because my mom didn't want to hang out with me in the summer. Didn't let me stay at home, whatever. Just
Can't
go
stay
to
here.
Go to camp. So I went to lacrosse camp probably in about summer 6th grade into 7th, and my mom's like, "Here you go. Do you want to learn how to string sticks?" Because they were offering some kind of promotion at the milling camps, and it was like an extra $150 to $300. I don't remember how much it was exactly, and they taught you. It was actually 3 days at camp, but they taught you this is how you do a high, this is how you do a mid, this is how you do a low. And I stayed the 3 days, and that was it. My mom just paid for me to learn from a bunch of guys from Post.
Did you get a piece of paper that said,
No.
I'm a lax stringer.
No, they just gave you basic knowledge.
They have that on the internet, in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
When are you signing this up?
It's like an extra $30 or something if you buy from...
Yeah, they have it, and it's...
ridiculous.
I don't... It's like I don't even know. You do it, from your house, I guess. I was trying to look into it to be like, what is this?
I don't really know what you guys are talking about, but that's all right. Don't worry.
I
don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
If you don't know,
what
then
you're
they
talking
won't know.
about. Yeah.
There is a piece of paper you can get from the internet, which we know fondly.
I'm sticking with my prognosis that I don't want to know about. But you're going to finish the story, aren't you?
No, I'm good.
All
I'm
right,
good.
good. Just drop it.
There'll be a link in the description.
There we go.
So anyway,
I got you.
my mom paid for me to learn how to string, and just ever since then...
Did you make money back from that? Until I hired you?
Yeah. No. I probably broke even. I
You've been
earned her
You've
investment
been in
back.
college for 5 years, and that 3-day camp has made you more money than your college degree.
Probably.
I love it.
Yeah. Terrible.
All right.
I was a factory guy all the way through high school. I mean, yeah. I'd go to the
Would you
brine
do
store.
traditional or mesh?
Yeah, a good mix of both.
Because
Yeah.
traditional, you can get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I had the same stick. I'd go from an STX Sniper to a Brine Edge Ice to, I mean, whatever was in the cheat bin.
Oh, the Edge Ice is
Well,
the
so
cheap
fat-
bed.
Yeah, because
The
they
stick was like
did not-
$120 when it came out.
Yeah, it was really expensive, but not for long. Yeah,
Okay.
they start breaking.
Yeah, because
really
they were
quickly.
literally made of ice.
Right. So, whatever was kind of cheap and strong, we just go with that. I remember going to college. Actually, I remember going off to college not sure that I'd be able to play in college.
Yeah.
I didn't know how good I was or how good the level of play was in college either. And one thing I learned was that the factory strung tennis racket I was playing with was not cutting it anymore. So, I learned how to do really basic. I got moved to play defense from midfield, and I learned how to do really basic mesh stuff. I kind of kept going with that with mesh for a while, and then I started learning traditional by watching my brother do it, who actually strings a great traditional stick.
What's your brother's name? Because I don't know it, but you referred to
His name is Lee, and he lives
Lee.
down in New Orleans. And,
Oh, cool. How
yeah,
did he end up down there?
he's been stringing sticks for
Wow.
ever. I mean, even since high school, he was doing it.
And he let you play with the factory stringing. And he's older, right?
He's younger than I am.
Oh, he's younger.
Yeah. So I think there was probably, he was.
He
telling
saw
me,
how bad you were
You
doing.
should be playing. Yeah, he saw how bad I was, and he was like, "Man, I got to learn
I
how to
think
string
it's that
sticks."
stick.
Yeah, no, and that was only a small portion of the problem. But so he learned, and I kind of got to the point where I was like, man, my little brother, who's much bigger than I am, is also a much better stick stringer than I am, and that was unacceptable.
Yeah.
So I started
beat
learning
him up.
traditional sort of in a rivalry thing. I don't think I could take him anymore.
He's like 6'4", right?
Yeah, he's a monster. And he spends time working on an oil rig, so I really.
Okay, so he's a freak monster.
Yeah, he's a freak monster. I'm like gonna sit on my couch and maybe play some wall ball, run up and down the stairs a little bit, kind of non-monster.
Okay, I'm cool.
But
with
yeah,
that.
so I started doing traditional after that, and that has become
And you string a
an
wicked
obsession for
traditional.
me over the last couple.
But
of
it's
years.
just traditional. There's no custom in there.
no.
You don't want to muddy the waters.
Oh no! I mean, I can do anything. Put a pocket anywhere, give you whip, hold, give whatever you want with a traditional stick.
Mhm.
Really a 4 to 7 diamond. I mean, those are the kind of range I go, and it usually changes
Who
due
has
due
you
to
a
what head.
4, that's right.
4?
Greg Rose is actually huge. From
4
the-
diamond advocate.
Yeah, his 4 diamond is.
We'll have to ask him about that on the next
I'll have to see this.
episode.
It's-
I want a visual aid.
Yeah, when you see it, you're gonna be like that. You can't throw it.
I'm just gonna
but
do-
it works.
just gonna do this.
It works. I mean,
Yeah.
his style is different, but it's effective, and that's what matters, right?
Yeah, and I think in future topics we'll have to talk.
Little
5,
technique.
6, 7,
To each
yeah,
his
and
own.
ideas and where that stuff. Because we were talking the other day about single string. Because I love single string. I think it's just so authentic.
Yeah, I mean, single string is great to be able to take one piece of string, loop it up, go down, up, down, up. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
No question about it. But
The practicality.
for me, it's a practicality issue, and if I pop a piece of crosslace, I don't want to have to
Do the whole.
redo the whole pocket. Like, so, I did one in a box game, but it was just that short crosslace, so it's literally just a down.
Yeah, because they just all would. No.
Most of
Down,
our downs
down,
on both
down.
sides.
Yeah.
So and then the third one across is just a down.
Yeah.
But that one, so I broke that one. But having to just replace that with a new piece of crosslace, the pocket was perfect right
Mhm.
away. You're not going to get that if you have to put in an entire new crosslace.
Because as we talk and we leave, I tend to think about it again, and I feel like if you popped one, you could cut and tie knots at the top and then insert one.
Oh, you definitely could.
Yeah.
No question.
Okay.
No question. You could do that, but
Okay.
are you going to do that?
I'm like a no.
Are you going to do that?
I'm not.
You're
Make
not
him
gonna
or
do
him do it.
It's not as
Let's string.
convenient.
Yeah.
He
See,
doesn't
I don't,
string anymore. He's retired.
I'm retired
I
from
don't
stringing.
string anymore.
Yeah, look at his hands. They're all weak.
You kidding? What?
Me and-
You got little piano hands over there.
I just
Well,
lotioned up so you guys can't see my blisters.
That's why mine are so nimble.
All right, so I guess I'll do me so I don't forget. I just answered this in a message money. That's why I thought it was a really good question to answer you guys. But mine was pretty much.
So people have seen this. This is repeat content.
Yeah. Just say it real quick. Just give it.
Next question.
Well, no, there's something about it that actually came up when I was talking to Chris. I think is totally valid, and that was doubling up and tripling up, and where that came from, and to actually become a good stringer. And what we were talking about was when I was playing, I popped a bottom string on my thing, and it bagged out like crazy, and then I realized I could just do this, and the ball wouldn't come out, and I was invincible. And then I started looking at the stick, and I was like, so when that drops down, the ball goes lower. Like, so it just feels different. It feels like the ball won't come out. So then when you pull it though, but you see where the tip of the diamond is, when you pull it up, it goes down. So now I was like, so you just want more diamonds where you want the ball to be. And it was really crude how I did it. Like, instead of going through the diamonds, I would just skip a diamond and just leave it hanging. And it worked. And
I did that all the way through college.
Okay. And so, well, I was like in 8th grade. And
You're light years ahead of many people. So take that.
But the funny thing is, if you skip that, it makes a pinch point in the stick, which actually makes it super illegal. Because the diamond will come in and get caught on the next one. It doesn't make it like a rail. But the other problem with that is it makes it super inconsistent. And so I could run through everyone, and then because
you'd have one good pass
and
one crap pass.
Yeah, I was like that. I've coached them. I've seen a bunch of them. I know a bunch of them, and it's like every single practice they have a new stringing because they're just so fascinated. There's like there's 20% of this I like. There's 80% that sucks, but it's like that 20% is better than having nothing. And so every practice I had a new stick or a new pocket or a new tweak to it, and I would get out there an hour and a half early and just work on it and try and figure it out.
See, I'm most curious, do you think that helped you become a better player? Because every practice at the beginning, you're like, well, I better get out there because I don't know how the stick is going to throw. Or do you think that held you back? I'm always curious about that because I think a lot of people have done the same thing. They're always kind of looking at their stick.
Yeah,
right? They're always looking at their stick, and it's like, all right, spend like 30 minutes fiddling with your stick a week. But all that other time, shouldn't you be playing wall ball? Shouldn't you be a better player?
Not as much.
To even know what you need?
Yeah.
That was my problem. As a high school player, I never put the work in.
Really?
Where I'd pick up a stick and be like, well, this is good. Or another stick and be like, well, this is fine. I was like monster arms out there. The first day of practice, you pick it up. The last day of practice, you throw it in the closet. And that was how we did it in Massachusetts back in the day. You didn't play out of the season that much. So you were kind of used to whatever. We didn't know what a good pocket was. We had no idea.
My thing was, it was weird. It was definitely weird. It's definitely a double-edged sword. And it depends on the player. Because one side of it, a lot of coaches yelled at me because we were doing line drills, and I would just be like fixing things, trying to figure stuff out.
Oh, I hate
and the big thing about it was I couldn't afford to have another stick. So that was my biggest thing, was like I knew there was something inherently wrong with it, and I needed to find it out. I've said it before, it's a puzzle.
A compulsion.
Yeah. Well, it's not really. Compulsion. Yeah, okay. It's more so it's very much like a getting ready for battle type thing for me. It's more like before the game, getting ready for it is like the really and then when I get on the field, it's just instinctual. I'm just doing it. I'm not like, oh, let me see. It's just I just go out there to play.
Yeah.
And I enjoy both of them evenly. It's just that premeditative stuff really just does something for me that I enjoy. And I was trying to figure it out, and I couldn't afford to have two sticks. And then once I did, I kept one alone, and I screwed with the other ones, and that was better. But I think being able to constantly come up with new ideas and try them got me to play with my stick a lot more.
Yeah.
And then eventually that led to me having a really well-strung stick that just reinforced what I had the whole time. Mm-hmm. But I could see people getting pissed off me, just like, oh, hold on, the shooting string and all that stuff. But it was definitely, it's two different ways. One way it was, if I just played and didn't, because there's some people out there, and I know that I hate them, but I don't want to hate them, that are just naturally amazing. And it's like, you pick up their stick and you're like, this has no hold. How the hell did you run through everyone? And I played with kids like that. Yeah. And then on the other side, not being that type of person, I really grew to love the game. I really grew to love practicing the game and throwing around. Like every day after school, well, I played 2 sports, so I had my last period off to go lifting. And a lot of times I would do that at my lunch break, or I would do it really quick, and then I'd go out and throw on a wall because I knew I was never going to be big. I was promised all this stuff. If I did all this stuff, I would get big enough, and it never happened. It never changed. And I was like, if I'm never going to get big enough, I might as well get faster and better at my stick skills. And so every day I had 2.5 hours after school just to throw against the wall. I broke countless windows. I got yelled at by countless people, and I just constantly did it in downtown Cleveland, and I loved it. And I still love it today when we're walking around Brooklyn. And the reason I carried my stick so much is because people would be like, what is that? I'm like, let me tell you about it. It's the greatest thing in the goddamn world. And it was the fact that there wasn't a lacrosse team made me want to play it more when I finally was able to, and also that people didn't know what it was. It was my thing that me and my father did, and that I loved to do. So yeah, so it's a hard thing. I mean, I'm just gonna part of my mission is just make sure every kid's just got a good strong stick. because it makes the game so
Yeah.
much more fun.